power. It's a strange thing, isn't it? We all want it, whether we admit it or not. It drives people to achieve unimaginable heights. But it also has the potential to destroy everything they've built. Let me ask you something. If you could have limitless power for just one day, what would you do with it? No restrictions, no consequences, just you and absolute control. Think about it for a second. Really think. Would it change who you are? Would you even recognize yourself by the end of it? Go ahead, comment below what you'd do. I'm curious. And trust me, you'll see why that question is important by the time we're done here. You see, power isn't just about control. It's about perception. It's about the subtle ways people bend reality in their favor. That's why it's so intoxicating. It doesn't just make you feel powerful. It makes you believe you are powerful. And belief is the most dangerous drug of all. Imagine this. You're at the top of your game. Everyone listens to you. Everyone follows you. Feels good, right? But what they don't tell you is that the higher you climb, the lonelier it gets. Suddenly, you're not just managing people. You're managing their expectations, their envy, their loyalty. Every decision feels like walking a tightrope. One wrong step, and everything you've built comes crashing down. Take Julius Caesar. The man was unstoppable, or so he thought. He conquered lands, ruled Rome, and commanded legions of followers. Yet, in the end, he fell not to an army, but to those closest to him. Why? Because power isolates. The stronger you appear, the more people want to see you fall. And it's not just historical figures. Look around you. Social media, politics, even your workplace. Power is everywhere, shaping everything. You're scrolling through your feed, thinking you're in control. But are you? Or is that little algorithm nudging you to click, like, share? Here's where it gets interesting. Real power doesn't come from force. It comes from influence. The kind of influence that works so quietly you don't even notice it. Think about it. When was the last time you bought something, watched something, or did something just because it felt right? Odds are, someone planted that idea in your mind without you even realizing it. Crazy, isn't it? Now, let's get personal. Whether you realize it or not, you're chasing power every single day. Maybe it's in your career. Maybe it's in your relationships. Or maybe it's in the way you want people to see you. But here's the twist. Every time you gain power, you lose something in return. It could be your time, your peace, even your relationships. And the worst part, half the time, you don't even notice what you've lost until it's too late. Picture this. A CEO at the top of their game. On the surface, they've got it all: money, influence, respect. But behind the scenes, they're drowning in stress, paranoia, and sleepless nights. Every decision feels like a gamble. Every ally could be an enemy in disguise. That's the true cost of control. Now, think about yourself. Are you really as in control as you think you are? Or is there something or someone pulling the strings behind the scenes? Here's a story for you. Once, there was a man who thought he could outsmart everyone. He manipulated people, played mind games, and built an empire on lies.
There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendship, even though they do not know how to love. If I were to encounter such a monster, I would likely be...
For years, he thrived. But then, one day, the people he controlled turned against him. They used his own tactics to bring him down. Why? Because manipulation is a double-edged sword. The moment you rely on it, you give others the tools to destroy you. Now, here's the real question. If you had limitless power, could you handle the cost? Would you be willing to lose parts of yourself, maybe the best parts, to hold on to it? Think about that. Because the truth is, power isn't free. It never was. It demands sacrifice. And the higher you climb, the more it takes. So, let me ask you again. If you could have ultimate control for just one day, what would you do? And would you still want it once you knew the cost? Stick around for the next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. I'm going to reveal how some of the most powerful people in history used manipulation, not just to gain power, but to keep it. It's not what you think. And it might just change the way you see the world and yourself. See you there.